Hmm.
Should I attack with Shira then?
Um. Yeah, might as well. Doesn't seem to matter too much, but yeah, just with Shira, I'd leave the rest of the units so that they can, because otherwise
Leave.
the Storm Sister won't have enough movement to go back onto force, so it'd attack with just Shira, if you get what I'm saying.
Ah, okay. Right. That makes sense. Okay. Very likely victory.
Yep.
Okay.
The bigger danger is that the Lost Souls will attack and kill a unit if one of them gets damaged badly. So I'd try to be careful no one gets too badly hurt in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
At least nobody you don't want to lose. Because, like, who cares about the Reed Serpent that much? It's kind of a garbage unit. It's good cannon fodder.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
they're not very strong.
yeah.
Okay.
They do have the ability to spit acid, though, so they can at least help set up flanking. They're not entirely useless. But,
Yeah.
unlike the shock serpents, which don't even have a ranged attack. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, it really not good.
Although they do make units more vulnerable sometimes to shock, which you have Storm
Yeah.
Sisters, so they do synergize a little. Um, Shura is a bard. Does she have backstab yet? Yes, she does. So if you can set up flanking, she'll do a ton of damage, an absolute
Rain of
ton.
poison blades, quick dash, and blind.
Oh, you're
Oh,
looking at
she has a
spells.
healing spell? I didn't know quick dash was a healing spell. I don't think I'd looked at her spells before.
Oh, what
Okay.
does Quick Dash do? I assume it gave movement, but it also gives healing.
It does. Yeah, it restores 15 health and 50% movement points of a friendly unit.
Oh, that's extremely useful.
And it's only 10 mana.
Yeah, the fact that it's both healing and movement, especially if you use it on a
Yeah.
unit that I think if you use it on a unit that's already attacked, it can attack again sometimes if you use Quick Dash on it.
Oh,
Although
yeah.
the hero won't be able to attack again after using, so you're trading off heroes'
All right.
attacks for whatever unit you cast a spell on's attacks. Can be useful to support like a high tier unit though. If you use it on like a tier 4 unit,
Also has Rain of Poison Blades, which does extra damage against armored units, and it does 12 physical and 8 poison.
how much does it do against armor units? Because
Just an extra 2 damage to physical.
so basically ignores armor, which normally reduces by 2.
Hmm.
Interesting. How much mana do you have in reserve? I'm completely out myself.
275. She
Woo.
only has 15 casting points, though, so she can only cast one spell.
Um, how much does Quick Dash cost?
Both are 10.
Oh. Um. Hmm. Well, well, that's an interesting idea. Hmm. Hold on. I'm looking at the. I was gonna say I might have the Storm Sister move one tile directly forward and shoot, and then you could do Quick Dash to give her movement back after, so that the Impaler can't close to melee with her. Although you'll want to
Hmm.
think about where you want Shira first
I mean,
before
is that?
casting a spell.
Hmm. I don't know if that's worth it just for
Well,
that.
because otherwise
Just
you'll probably won't
that.
want to attack this turn with the Storm Sister because it'll get meleeed. So this will allow you to get like 3 extra attacks. That's probably more useful in the Poison Blades. Is this allow you
Yeah.
to dash in, shoot, to shoot and then to dash back out is what I'm saying, which is very valuable. Allows you to skirmish and not get hit. And the orcs have bad resistance, so you notice they have 12 defense.
Do you get action points back when you get your movement back?
Yes, that's kind of the point of it. So the Orc Impaler has effectively, because it's armored, has 14 defense, but only has 10 resistance. So Storm Sisters, lightning is the best counter to armor here, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the best counter, but it just happens the lightning unit using unit is the best counter to these Impalers.
All right. So what's the plan?
So it'd have the Storm Sister move one tile forward and shoot and see what happens, because it could get
Okay.
crits or something. Always see
So
what the
get all
RNG
three
gives you.
attacks on.
Yeah.
There is a ranged penalty. Would it be worth giving up? No, it wouldn't.
No. Because then you'd be
You give up
closer
two
and
attacks.
you want to make them struggle to reach the Storm Sister, not be able to reach the Storm Sister. So, yeah, I would just
Okay.
attack 3 times. You might get a crit if you're lucky. Because morale is actually high. Oh, no. Storm Sister is the only unit that's not high. Well, I would still give it a shot. Normal morale still allows for crits, so.
Oh, level up.
Oh, yes. Now a trooper level Storm Sister. Extra defense, hit points, and range strength. And it can dispel magic. Now. And now you should be able to do the quick dash, but before you do that, um, hmm, initiate Longbowman. Oh, your Longbowman is lucky, so I would probably have it move up next to the Storm Sister and shoot. If you manage to get some crits, then
Like into the yellow range.
yeah, 2 tiles closer so they can hit the Impaler as well. Arrows against spears, basically.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't manage to make it bleed.
Uh,
Um. Hmm. You may be actually able to kill that Impaler outright with the quick dash, like the extra attacks, or
or
yeah.
with Shira's range attack.
Uh. Maybe. I would have the initiate move in
How much
front of the
range?
Storm Sister because actually, if you kill the
Okay.
Impaler, the other units won't be able to reach the initiate there. So I'd have the initiate stand right in front of the Storm Sister. 1, 2, 3, 4, or next to. I guess it can't stand in front of. Doesn't have the movement range. Yeah, but I would have the initiate attack as well. Because I know the darts aren't particularly effective weapons, and
Right here.
Shira is also on a horseback. So yeah, I would shoot the Impaler and see how much damage you do.
The darts aren't that bad, are they? They're like 9 damage. Can I
Base
save them?
damage, but you're gonna suffer probably both ranged and line of sight penalties.
Oh yeah.
So they're
She
gonna
can
just
move behind these rocks.
um
Although there'd be no line of sight, but there'd still be range penalty.
how much damage well, how much damage is it saying she'd do then?
I'd have to move her into range first,
Oh.
but I
Uh
don't quite know yet.
let's see, she probably only
Well,
get 2
let me finish.
attacks.
She could get 3.
Yeah,
Well, if
but
she moves forward exactly 2 tiles, she'll have 3. But I don't.
oh, she will? I thought
Yeah,
she'd only have 2 attacks.
she'll have
Yeah.
3. She can move 2 and still have 3 attacks. I don't know if because of
Ah.
the movement speed.
Yeah, it's because she has such high. I guess it's all right. Well, that should probably. I would move the penguin through first because she'll block
Oh right,
movement for the penguin.
right.
So I'd move the penguin in front of the initiate, and just put it in
All
guard
right.
mode. And now Shira should be able to try and shoot over the rocks if she moves 2 tiles. I didn't realize she still got 3 attacks there. I thought she only got 2, and I was like, that won't be enough to kill it.
Let's see, 2 to 3, 2 to 3, or 3 to 4.
The acid darts should
Definitely.
be better.
Yeah.
Orcs have low resistance, so.
All right. Let's see. Sweet.
Cool. Alright.
And
That is one dead orc.
now we've got one longbowman left to do something.
Should be able to move 4 tiles and shoot over the rocks at the other impaler. Like
Yeah.
you see next to the hero, and that can inflict bleeding. And
yeah.
yeah, it's this nice
And
clear
doing
shot.
decent damage.
Yep. Ah, nice.
Bleeding.
Inflicted bleeding.
Sweet.
So it effectively did
All right.
15 damage that one shot.
I have a reed serpent, right? Anything to do with that thing?
Probably
Run
want
at
it
them.
to. Can they close to melee if you do that? Yeah, they could, but then they'd be vulnerable flanking. Yeah, we just have it move 4 tiles directly towards them and guard.
Directly forward?
Yeah. If they do choose to close to melee, then they won't be in guard mode anymore. So and they'll be vulnerable to flanking where they are. So it's like perfect.
Oh, should he guard? Because he's got poison spit. He could take a shot, actually.
No, I would just guard. Otherwise, that impaler will tear him to pieces.
Okay.
And if they do attack, then it'll still get a retaliation.
Yeah.
But the guard mode will reduce damage taken. So
Oh, he can throw stuff.
yeah, just a
Forgot he was
javelin.
gonna do that. Oh, and they're getting the reed servant. Noxious vulnerability. Okay.
And it, which will make
Wow.
acid darts do more.
And his own poison spit.
And the actually it even helps against the lightning damage. Just
He
this,
can do 12 to 18 with this poison spit, actually. Jeez.
that's
Should I have him poison spit first, just to get him down to like, and then basically anybody can kill him.
I no, because that would soak all its movement, and you're gonna kill it anyways with
Ah,
I would probably have the Storm Sister finish it off, because the Storm Sister should just be able to kill Impaler, because she'll have flanking.
yeah.
But I would worry about that Spearman now, because the Storm
Okay.
Sister can single-handedly kill the Impaler now that you've set flanking and it doesn't have guard mode anymore.
Um, I can take 3 shots at it with my um.
I would have
Oh
the
well,
longbows. Sorry, I would have the longbows deal with the spearmen
yeah,
because
yeah. My
they
long
don't
my
suffer
longbow one that's right next to it.
because they don't have long range penalties, and the Storm Sister does.
Yeah. All right.
Um.
Should I have the longbowman right next to it fire first?
Uh. I would actually have it fall back so that the thing doesn't throw a javelin again.
But then it'll
Because
lose a lot of. Right now it's doing 9 damage 3 times.
yeah, it'll suffer line of sight, but because it does arcing shots, it'll only lose half of its damage. Whereas this spearman, or no, you might be able to murder this, wouldn't you? All right.
I don't know.
1, 2, 3,
There's a
4.
cart in the way.
Um, hmm. Wait. Think about this. I would finish off. You can set up flank on the spearman. Actually, I would have the storm sister move. Yeah, move forward 1 tile and try and kill the impaler. See how that does? Because unless she fumbles a shot, you're good. But then the reed serpent can poison spit the spearman to set flanking. Is what I'm thinking. Or she could get closer if she moves. What's her yellow range? 2 tiles or 1?
2.
Yeah. So she can move 2 more tiles to like
If she
The south.
moves, oh, sorry, one more. It's two total. She's already moved one.
Oh, yeah. Then I would just take the shots. If she there's a chance she won't kill it, but there's a pretty good chance she'll kill the Impaler with these 3 hits.
All right. Let's see.
Because if you kill it, then the Reed Serpent will be free to go
Oh,
poison spit the Spearman.
shit.
Still
5 health.
alive, but the Reed Serpent can now go set flanking without suffering an opportunity attack because the Impaler's facing the other way. So
Oh, right.
still good. You'll just have to finish that thing off with the Penguin, actually. The Dire Penguin can do it without suffering retaliation, so that's actually better. Free health for the Penguin. Free XP.
All right.
So yeah, I would have the Reed Serpent move around like behind the Spearman to spit acid at it, so that it'll turn its back because it has a shield,
Yeah.
which
So
reduces
just
damage
directly,
against what?
just move directly behind the, like exactly 3 tiles. Move exactly 3 tiles, so I'm exactly 3 tiles away from the spearman.
I would move 4 tiles to affect which direction it turns.
Oh, I can only move 3.
Oh well, okay, yeah, 3. I get as good as get like next to that thing. You want it to turn
And
so that
I
it's
don't know if
got.
I can get that far ahead of it.
Yeah, I would just go 3 tiles you see next to the grave of the other unit. That should be
Yeah.
close enough to spit acid. You just want to make it turn around, basically.
Okay.
Yep.
Right here.
Yep.
Okay.
Because this thing has a shield, which reduces damage against non-flanking attacks, but
Okay.
its shield is useless against flanking attacks. So now, that you're just gonna want to keep having units make it turn every which way so that it never gets to use the shield. How many tiles can the high elf longbowman, the injured one, move and still have 2 shots?
2 shots. 2 tiles.
Mm-mm. Only 2.
Yeah.
Then you might want to move 4 tiles and just take 1 shot from the far side of the tent so that you can still get flanked with other units.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because only the first shot's flanking anyways, so you might as well. You
Okay.
still. Yeah. Yep. And now you should be able to. Let's see. You need to get that.
Should I go finish the impaler with
Yeah,
the
with the.
with the penguin?
Well, I forgot the Impaler does have first strike, so it
Oh,
will get
that's
a
true. So I
retaliation
it's
on the
better to
Penguin.
shoot it with like my initiate or something.
Depending on whether you need the, because you may, I mean, you want to kill the Spearman this turn too.
Yeah.
I would have the Penguin move 2 tiles towards the Impaler so that like you can move the Longbowman around. Now you've cleared a
Yeah.
path. Or the Initiate, sorry. And I would have the Initiate now circle around behind to shoot, to get, move 4 tiles so that it's next to that cart. And it can get flanking on the Spearman and not have ranged or line of sight penalties from there.
Right here.
Yep.
And yeah, this will kill it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that'll guaranteed kill unless it fumbles.
All right.
Hope no fumble. Good. Perfect.
And then let's see.
Now you have
Should I have the
3.
longbowman or my hero shoot the impaler?
I'm looking at unit experience. Uh,
No one's close to leveling up.
Actually, the Penguin, if it finishes, it will level up. It'll get
Oh yeah,
slightly
that's
injured, but
true.
it will life steal the thing.
I think it's worth it. He'll lose his lucky, or potentially.
Yeah,
Wait, how does lucky work?
if it get lucky gives a chance of the enemy missing on any retaliation or attack. So,
Once it's missed, does he lose the lucky, or does he lose it as soon as he's attacked?
no, lucky is good for the whole fight. Any attacks.
Oh, it just lasts this fight.
This
It's gonna
entire battle.
expire regardless. Oh, okay,
Yes.
right. Never mind. So yeah,
Yeah.
might as well use them.
Yeah. I would just rush the
Okay.
penguin forward so they can level up.
Do they heal when they level up?
No, but it gains stats and it does have lifesteal, the penguin. So the penguin's
Okay.
at it had 40
Wait.
health, now it has
Oh,
33, but it has
let's
a
see.
higher
I can see the Nagas.
it has higher melee strength now at trooper level, so and it should heal 4 health, I think. Or no, 6. So it'll be at 39 health before the Lost Souls attack. So it'll only have 1 less health, but it does. It'll have 1 less health, but it will deal 1 more damage, and it will have 3 health left to its cap. And remember, it has lifesteal, so it could potentially lifesteal something. Or lifesteal doesn't work on undead, does it? Nope. Well, still. More damage, it was worth it. Just for the extra damage, probably.
Yeah.
What were you saying
All
about the
right.
Nagas?
I can see their army now. Apparently, I'm at war with them.
Oh, yeah.
Are you at war as well?
Yep. They're very aggressive. They might even try and leave their borders to attack you.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Let's see. 1, 2.
They might not be able to see me.
Hopefully, because they can reach your army if they can, if they make a beeline for it, they could reach your army and try and kill it. Um, hmm. Let's see. Your elves like forest. It's true, but they also heat the blight. So
Probably regroup and then
yeah.
just see if these lost souls come to me or not.
No, they're definitely coming to you. There's no question of that. However, how can you even see them? They're normally hidden on Blight.
Um, invisible
Blight.
for other players due to blight concealment. Yeah, I don't know why I can see them. That's a good question.
Does your hero have true sight or something? Night vision. No. I don't know. Must have something to do with one of your units having
Because we're at
true
war.
sight or something. Oh, your storm sister has true sight.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it can see units that are hidden normally.
Huh.
Um
They can't be flanked.
Yeah, so what I was gonna suggest is you can move everyone but the Storm Sister off of the Blight, and they'll actually be happier off the Blight. On those barons, your hero will be happier. Um, so you see, there's
Won't that make
somewhere.
her vulnerable?
Um, what?
Won't that make her vulnerable to the lost souls?
Yeah, so well, her morale will be a little lower.
No, but I mean, won't she be alone in battle?
No. So you're gonna use the reinforcement rules so that she will not be because you'll have the other units reinforcing her. So
How?
So if you move the main army 2 tiles to northeast of the Reed Serpent, move the Storm Sister 1 tile to northeast, and everyone else, like with that Reed Serpent, then if the Lost Soul attacks the Storm Sister, the other units will all still be join the battle.
Won't they be 2 tiles away?
No, not the way I'm here. I'll kind of one step this. So first, if you move the hero onto the stack with the rest of the units, you might as well. Or actually, you don't have to do that. If you just If you move everyone but the Storm Sister, um, to one of the two tiles that's 2 tiles away from the Reed Serpent is not on the Blight. Um, let's see, what would have her less exposed? She'd be least exposed if you moved next to the mountains with the rest of the army. Because otherwise she'd be standing a little bit ahead. Yeah.
So wait, right here?
Yeah, I moved the Reed Serpent there, and then I moved the rest of the army on the forest there, like the units on the forest, except the Storm Sister because she can't reach.
Yeah.
So it's like those units, move them all there, and then the Storm Sister can move one tile towards as long as she's adjacent, that other army will reinforce her if she's attacked. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, you don't want to leave her in the forest?
No, because then she'll be alone in battle. You want her out in
Okay,
the
I see.
here, and if she's
Yeah.
attacked, the other army will reinforce her, but they'll have higher morale because they're not in Blight anymore.
And then I should just move the rest of my army onto move my leader onto the 5 army unit army.
Uh, let's see. Minor Bard skills plus 200 morale. Yeah, 'cause she'll raise the morale of all those units. You can see where they came from, by the way. If you notice the reanimators to the left.
Oh yeah. Should I clear them? No, I guess
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Uh,
leave it.
I would take advantage of the full movement of this hero a little
Okay.
bit so that she can. So I'd move her one tile to the west so she can see a little further that way. Because she can still reach the army if she moves one tile left. Another tile left, she can still reach the army there.
Not expanding the vision at all. Oh, watchtower. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Watchtower
watchtower
kind of covered.
has pretty long line of sight. But
Okay.
she could have found like a concealed unit or something. You never know. Like something the Storm Sister couldn't see because you do reveal some concealed units when you move adjacent to them, so it was still worthwhile. But yeah,
Yeah.
just the Lost Souls will now, unless they decide to take the Watchtower and then attack the Storm Sister, in which case she'll still have reinforcements, but she'll be standing in front of the other 5 units then, or 6.
Okay.
If that happens,
Time to
you might just
time to
need to.
clear that mana node.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could always quick dash her away if she gets attacked and she gets in trouble. You can
Oh
use
yeah.
the Rogue's spell to help pull her out of danger.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I would go for the Mono Node now. With like gather that whole army next to it and attack.
All right. From which tile do you think?
Just the closest path. It doesn't really matter other than that.
Okay.
I would obviously gather the whole army though. Actually, it's worth noting that your orc likes barrens, so it's actually happier on that tile than the other ones to the further
The
east.
fertile plains.
Yeah, the orc is happier on the barren snow than on the fertile
Oh
plain
right.
snow, which is good because the orc
Barren
does not like.
does not like Arctic.
Yes, but because it's barren Arctic is actually happy.
That's good.
Um, morale is still at 150, but after winning this fight, your hero will actually be at high morale.
Yeah.
If it goes really well, you could try and clear the magma forge next.
All
But yeah,
right.
I would,
Let's
I would,
go attack with just him or the
I
dire
would,
penguin.
I would say the penguin because it's got the most movement because it moves further on Arctic. It's got Arctic walking,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and
I'll
then
do
if it,
that.
yeah, and if it goes
Oh
well, you
fuck.
can.
I just remembered I was about to do something. I was about to summon an animal.
Uh,
I've already started the combat.
See how it goes. You might not need the animal here.
Wait, what does a
And
board attack do? Can I just do that, or is that bad? Will that
uh,
consume anything,
I think it
or does
soaks
it
your
just...
movement. You shouldn't need an animal to deal with 3 wisps. Don't
Okay, it's
forget.
just, if I'm gonna summon the animal this turn, it's better to have done it earlier
Uh,
when it can start taking hits and gaining XP.
maybe, maybe not, because the animal summons with full movement. So after you've cleared the mana node, you could move somewhere else and use the animal to scout out a little more.
All right.
Like you see, there's that thing north of Mistdale.
Yeah.
You could
Do you
have the
think I
animal.
should? So should I do hit manual combat, or should I try aborting it?
No, I would manual combat through because you could use your
Okay,
animal as a scout if you do summon it here, and you might just summon it somewhere else, like
that's true.
underground.
Yeah,
Remember how there
underground.
was the
That city can always use more. Yeah,
remember there was that well of souls? You might want an animal down there. Especially
that's
if
true.
some animals might be better to turn into ghouls than others.
Should I try discharging this mana current?
How many casting points do you have available?
60 for from for my main, or actually, I don't know if it's from my main one. How much does this guy have? He has
Yeah,
15. So yeah, 60 from my main heroes.
yeah. He has 15, and what spells does he have? I didn't even
He's the
check.
one that just has one spell. Just Rust Strike.
Yeah, yeah. It wouldn't hurt to try and. I mean,
Disjunct. Stop
although
them from healing.
wisps have so little health, you probably just kill them in one turn anyways. I would wait to
Yeah?
see if you actually need it. If what
Okay.
they manage to stun a bunch of your units, it'll be useful. But if they don't, you know, so I wouldn't do it
Alright.
this turn yet. Unless, can you reach any of them with ranged abilities this turn? Not really, not safely. Uh, let's see.
Hmm.
You got a penguin, 2 shock serpents, and an initiate, right? Uh,
Yeah. No, sorry, 2 initiates, a shock serpent, and a penguin.
mm, 2 initiates.
Yep.
Where's the
I
other,
lost my
Alice?
second. Oh,
Oh, I see
there's
there. Two
they're on both
initiates.
ends.
Oh yeah, you did lose the shock serpent, one of the shock serpents before, didn't you? Um, huh. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. I would probably move, your hero couple tiles forward and just gather the other units, assuming that they're not going to do anything this turn, or if they do, they're going to phase to the hero.
Alright. So like
Yep.
directly just next to this rock up ahead?
Mm-hmm. You don't have to attack their very first turn. They'll probably just sit in the center and guard and not move. That's fine.
Okay. Move my shock
Um,
serpent forward.
Shock Serpent's a little bit injured, and if it
Oh,
gets
right.
like stunned, then it won't be able to run away. So,
We'll keep it
um,
back. Move the dire penguin next to the orc.
Well, if they phase, being next to it is not the best place. I would actually move it 2 tiles forward so it stay in the middle of the open there. Because if they try and go for your hero, you're gonna want to be able to get flanking on them. You get what I'm saying? Like hit them in the back instead of hit them.
Oh, they have shock protection? Shit.
Yeah, they have shot protection.
That's not good.
But for what it's worth, your shock serpents also have shock protection, and so do your initiates. So neither of your units do much damage with lightning or take much damage with lightning. It's not a
Yeah.
bad
So
trade-off.
my initiates are gonna have to melee if they're gonna do anything.
Because they're shock immune, right?
Yeah.
It would still actually, I think, do 0 to 1 damage. I'm not sure,
Oh,
but
really?
you might be able to set flanking with. But yeah, they probably will have to melee.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I would move the dire penguin 2 tiles forward and just guard. Yeah, and the shock serpent maybe 1 tile to the northwest, like towards the others, and guard, so that it's still got a little
Right here.
spacing. Yeah. And then your initiates can probably or no. Oh yeah, you're if they phase and stun your hero, then she drops her guard. So actually, I'd move unguard the shock serpent and move it directly behind the hero to cover. You'll see, cover all our rear spots, and then you can move the 2 initiates so they're both standing behind your hero.
Okay.
Yeah, this is so that if they phase, they can only phase in front of her, and even if they and there's only 2 tiles available.
All right. All good.
Yeah, they probably won't do anything this turn.
Nope. They're defending.
Yep. But now you can get a little closer. Yeah, you could probably inch behind that next set of rocks with your hero. Like just move 3
Three
tiles.
tiles. Yeah,
Yeah,
I see.
so that the other units can keep up and then just guard again.
He just barely can't reach.
Yeah, it's fine. They'll probably from there, or they might phase, and if they don't, you can next get 3 shots next turn.
So should I put the same 3 units behind the leader, like move in formation?
Uh,
Or would I want to maybe move,
yeah, I
like
would move
initiate?
in the exact same formation. Yeah, that's smart
Okay. Or
because
could I
those.
put an initiate adjacent to the rock so their range? No, their range attacks don't work. Never mind. Okay, we'll move you guys ahead.
Yep. I would move the penguin, however, so it's adjacent to the hero, so they can only attack the hero from one direction at most.
Okay.
That way, even if they stun, they can't get flanking.
Man, I should have brought Longwoman.
Longwomen don't work well against
Oh,
incorporeal things like this.
right, but I guess none of my units are great against wisps, huh?
Well, they all take. I mean, on one hand, they don't do much damage. On the other, they don't take much damage. They did manage to get flank in that initiate. They stunned
They
it on the
stunned him.
and yeah, and that drops the guard, and so then they were able to flank her. Um,
But
however, but you can take advantage of the fact that shock serpents are extremely resistant to shock and make them waste. Um, oh, the bunch of them took retaliations. You might try disjuncting the thing this turn. The
yeah.
monocurrents.
All right, I'll do that.
Yeah.
50%. Oh, come on. Please work. Okay, it worked.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, if they hadn't stunned the initiate, I would say don't bother. But since they stunned that initiate, but but yeah, if you move the shock serpent 2 tiles past, it'll take an opportunity attack, and the initiate. Oh, I mean, the wisp boy gets 3 attacks. So even when it does this, it will have fewer attacks to use on other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the shock serpent is pretty resistant against shock, obviously. So take advantage of the fact the wisps do shock damage.
All right. So you want my shock serpent to move 2 tiles to the bottom right?
Yeah. see what happens with attack of opportunity you'll suffer. Yep. Only took 6
Flank.
damage because it was so protected against shock damage. I would move another tile to the right, make it take another attack of opportunity.
That won't trigger one.
Oh, if it moves. Oh, yeah, because it's not moving out of range. Well, I would still move one tile further so you can set flanking here.
He'll lose his second attack.
Yeah, you probably don't want to take more than 1 retaliation, though, because it can still
Okay.
be.
All right. Then hit him
Yeah.
once.
Yep. Yep. So that the shock serpent isn't too low health. But now the wisp is its back is turned, so now you can get flanking on it, is the thing. That initiate is engaged, so it'll have to hit in melee.
Everybody's engaged.
Yep. True.
Hmm. I can free
I
up
would
that.
have the initiate move to melee and hit the wisp in the back. It'll suffer 1 attack of opportunity. But remember, the wisp only has. Or no, actually, you can avoid it by having it do it to the penguin, which has a ton of.
Yeah.
Well, it has a
Should I
ton
have
of
the
health.
penguin move, take the attack of opportunity, and then set up flanking?
I'm trying to think about this for a sec. Well, who would flank it? The initiate, and you want to kill the other one.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
no, I
suppose
would
you're.
just.
Yeah.
I would send the other initiate to hit the other one with melee just to kill it.
Well, actually, the orc could flank the other wisp, right? He'll take an
Not
attack of
with.
opportunity from the
Yeah,
other
I
wisp,
would.
though.
Yeah, then you take an attack of opportunity, which are usually flanking attacks. I would just have the initiate go and finish the other wisp with a melee attack. It'll take.
And take the top attack of opportunity, or should
Yeah,
I have the dire
yeah.
penguin take the attack of opportunity?
No, the initiate has shock protection, and it can't do that much damage. Remember, because it's got.
If I have the penguin attack and take 3 retaliations, will he not get the attack of opportunity?
Yeah, but then the penguin just took 3 retaliations, and it'll probably get stunned, like the other initiate is.
Wait, 4, 7. Penguin's
I
guaranteed to kill that guy in 2 hits, so no third retaliation. Right?
uh. Oh, yeah. Okay, good point. Yeah, then I would just have the penguin kill it in 2 hits.
All right. Because that is 2 hits, right? Because I swear this happened last time, right? That's 4 physical, 3
No,
frost.
unless it bumbles a hit, or it gets stunned on the first attack, which in either
Okay.
which could happen. So it's not guaranteed, but there's a
All
high
right.
chance.
Then I'll
Is
have
that
him do it.
yeah? And it got
Oh,
stunned on the first hit.
yeah. Wonderful.
So
That's a shame.
that's what I was afraid of. That's why I wanted the wisp too. Um,
Yeah. So he will. So he's just gonna have to take the. Or he could just finish this one. I don't know. Well, he could flank that other wisp, but it doesn't seem like he'll finish it. Or maybe it might be better off just finishing this wisp.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, well, no, the other wisp has. Hold on, 3 to 4 damage. without flanking. The other wisp has more health, so it's probably better to finish the higher health wisp off.
But he can't. He can only do 4 to 5 damage to it, and it's at 6.
Oh, it's only 4 to 5 damage, even though it's got
Yeah,
flanking.
I don't know why.
Huh. All right, well then I would move one tile to the left, so it's directly behind the other wisp, and attack it. So it's
But
further from the so it's
he'll take
further
an
from the other
opportunity attack.
if it move. Because the penguin
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah, all right. Well, I would just finish the wisp with the initiate.
Okay.
Kills a
This
kill
is
after.
messy.
Yep.
This is a messy fight. Everyone's getting beat up.
Everyone's getting stunned is the problem.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Orc. Should he just... I mean, he'll take, like, no damage from the retaliations. Unless he's stunned, he can just kill this wisp with 3 hits, and he'll take, like, 3 to 9 damage. Or he can flank,
Unless he's
and he's
stunned.
guaranteed to one-shot it. Unless he gets stunned by the opportunity attack.
Yeah, it's a big unless.
So he could get stunned by the opportunity attack, get no hits on, trying to one-shot this wisp. Or he could fight the wisp and potentially...
Yeah, I would just attack the one he's adjacent to.
Yeah. So that way at least one hit's guaranteed, even if it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do that. And hopefully he kills it. Resisted. Stunned. Fuck. Well,
He
at least
killed
there's a
it.
single... There's a single wisp left. Let's hope he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
I really hope he doesn't kill off my initiate. That's really the only thing I don't want him to do, honestly.
Well, it only has one attack left, so it can't. It can do at
Oh,
most 10 damage.
wonderful.
That's because the shock serpent tanked all those opportunity attacks before,
That's
which
good.
is,
Yeah.
of course, your army's gonna
Okay.
be pretty beat up. So
Yeah, it's done fighting for a couple turns.
yeah. Yep, they went for the shock serpent, and the shock serpent leveled up from the retaliation attack it got.
Okay, and now I can just shoot it with my bow.
With a bow. Oh yeah.
Orc. Probably best. Yeah, definitely the best thing to do here. Well.
Yeah.
No, is anyone gonna level up? Oh, initiate's close to leveling up. 5 XP away. Yeah, they can one-shot it, so they won't take a retaliation.
Yeah, it will suffer the stack shield, so it will suffer.
What's
That would
static shield
normally
do?
5 damage base whenever it attacked, but because of the shock protection, it'll take 3 damage, and there'll be a chance that
Oh,
the initiate will get shocked. But it's fine because the initiate will level up from the kill, which is
yeah.
probably better
That's probably
than.
worth it.
Although, hold on, you may be able to
Oh,
do both. Oh no, you won't. It's at 2 health. Yeah, I would just kill it with. I would have the initiate that's about to level up kill it, just so it can level up, because then you'll have
okay.
a expert initiate, and your whole stack's gonna need to heal before you fight again anyhow. So there'll
Yeah.
be time to heal the damage.
All right.
Yep.
Sweet.
Thankfully, this isn't the army near the lost souls, so you don't have to worry
Yeah.
about them getting preyed on.
25 mana. And I'm now making 4 mana per turn. I should probably move the penguin back onto the army tile.
Um. You might. I was gonna say. There's some hasteberries to the southwest, and the penguin can swim. Or I would have the penguin scout ahead to see what's guarding the inn.
Yeah. All right.
So have it like move around, like there.
5 orcs. Holy
5 orcs.
shit. 3 orc priests, an impaler, and a spearman.
This post holds items though, so you get items for killing it. You know, I feel like we should have ridden this down the last time we passed the trading post or something. So when you clear that trading post, it's a mercenary camp, um, or allows a mercenary camp in the nearby city. But yeah, you'll get like some sort of item from clearing it. But yeah, you're gonna have to heal up before you can take on 5 orcs, especially
Yeah.
when 3 of them are level or rank 2, tier 2. But yeah,
I
if
could
you had
annex
some,
Crossling City. Now that I've got a big army here, it's relatively safe.
hmm,
Then I
yeah,
could start building. Should I do that this turn? I have the gold for it. It's 165 to absorb them, and I have 300. They'll grow next turn. Would it be cheaper to do it now before they grow, or is that not a thing? Is that not relevant?
no, it'll be cheaper before they grow.
So is now the best time to absorb them?
Yeah,
Do you think?
yeah, I'd probably do that now that you have an
All right.
army here to guard it.
All right. Here goes.
Oof, hour 48 minutes. God, I'm gonna have to cut this video in half.
They have
Uh,
a single laboratory here. Why don't they build more buildings?
they don't build buildings normally. They must have started with a lab somehow. I don't think they
Oh.
build
Oh.
buildings.
Hmm.
That's weird. Why? I don't even know why there's a laboratory. Normally, there's nothing in cities you
Really?
annex.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all
Huh.
usually.
That kind of sucks.
But
Well, I guess balance wise. So probably a builder solid to start. They have no production. I guess they're gonna grow in a single turn, and that's gonna be very helpful because they're
hmm
gonna
they're gonna
gain the
bring
haste
the.
berries,
Yep.
and then I just have to clear that magma forge,
Yeah.
which I guess I can't do now. But
It's guarded by a engineer and 2 prospectors. It's not oh, it's that engineer is actually pretty tough. I was like, that's not a strong stack, and I look at the engineer and it's got a blunderbuss and flashbangs, and it's
yeah,
wearing armor, of course. Fire protection,
high
blight.
elf engineer.
Yeah, and high elves do extra range damage. They're good marksmen,
Oh,
so
so that blunderbuss is scary. 9 fire damage, 8
hmm
or sorry, 9 physical, 8 fire.
the fact that it's split between 2 damage types makes it maybe maybe not quite as scary because say if you say you had a unit that was guarding and it was at 12 defense, 12 resistance, then damage would be reduced by 4. Whereas if it was all physical,
Oh,
it would only be reduced by 2. So the fact that it's split between
yeah.
2 damage types makes it slightly less scary than if it was like 17 physical damage. That would be worse. But yeah, of, of course, if a unit's vulnerable to fire, on the other hand, um,
Oh yeah, hero has leveled up.
oh, the hero there,
Yep.
Nishak the Trustworthy, leveled up from that fight.
Yep.
Nice.
Awakened spirit. Target friendly animal gains 3 attack and 500 morale until the end of combat.
Is that a spell or an ability?
Um,
Does it cost mana, basically?
there's no casting points. I think it's an ability.
Hmm. So what
It's
is the
green instead of
animal
white.
get?
Um, 3 attack damage and 500 morale or happiness.
How
Morale.
many how
Yeah,
many
morale.
points does it cost to buy?
Just 2.
Oh, yeah, that might be nice, especially because you use a lot of animal allies.
Yeah, decent.
Yeah,
Should I give him free movement?
free movement.
Yeah, that's also 2 points.
No. I mean, you generally move
Otherwise,
them with a
range.
stack anyways, right? Free movement just lets them
That's
ignore
true.
terrain penalties.
I guess it
Uh,
helps if he's moving around in forests with the high elves, but that's about it.
yeah, he's out in Arctic area right now. So
Mhm. Does blight protection stack, by the way? Like he already has 40% from his mount. If I give him plus 20%, does that
yes,
is that 60?
yes,
Ah, okay.
but yeah,
So I've
uh,
got 3 points left.
how
I could
much are
give
like
him
stat upgrades? Like,
stats are 3 points for defense, 3 points for melee strength, two for health, one for ranged strength.
hmm, how much is resistance?
I don't. Oh, I can't afford it. It's four.
Hmm.
I already
Then
gave him a bunch of resistance.
yeah, I would probably just give him health. Worth noting that resurgence becomes more powerful the more health he has because it gives him back a little over a third of his hit points if he falls in battle, and then you still win.
All right. And then with
Uh,
the last point, range strength, blight protection, night vision, or shock protection.
uh, bu- 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 bu-
Could maybe use a more range strength to make up for his orcishness.
yeah, you probably don't want to invest heavily in it, but sometimes you really can't like get melee, even though eventually he'll be better on melee because he's an orc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably do the range strength and the health.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to cut the YouTube video here. If it gets any longer, it'll take even longer. I'm gonna have to cut it in two. So got three
Okay.
videos now. Folks on YouTube, I
All
wish you
right.
all the best. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves, and may you always find a guiding star to lead you home. I do.